project, and with that was, I'm gonna go through a little bit about what led me to be passionate about music and maybe want to do this for my senior project. My sophomore year, one of my friends convinced me to do The Music Man, which was a winter musical that year. And going into it, I was really unsure about it. Do the whole, I'll audition for a part, but I don't want to sing. Didn't think I could sing at all. And through that whole experience, I got to know some people that are very good friends of mine now, and grew a love of performing arts deeper than it was before. That experience and ambition to get a larger role in the next year's musical led me to join choir. I originally only planned on taking one trimester of choir, which would have been last year for my whole high school career. But had I chosen to do that, I would have missed out on a couple things like singing with Foreigner, Casino, or singing at Orchestra Hall in Chicago, which we just did. After joining choir, we did a CMU Choral Day. Central Michigan University, the voice department there puts on a CMU Choral Day where they bring in a guest conductor to clinic choirs from around the state. We go every year because it would be foolish of us not to take advantage of this opportunity literally right across the street from the high school. And there was a master class, which is where a professor or a performer will have someone do something, then they'll get up and work with them, and everyone will kind of watch and see what critiques and tips and advice they have for the person who just went. Well, this one, there were two upperclassmen from CMU that performed. Their professor, Dr. Oliver Henderson, did some critiquing of them, which is weird to see someone who sounds that good. There's still a lot they can work on. And then he asked if anyone had any things they wanted to ask about, and at that point last year, which was last October, or October of my junior year, I couldn't sing very high. I have a low speaking voice. So I mentioned that, and he brought me up on stage and did some things with me, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I think I might want to do something with choral music. So then I went and talked to Mrs. Brandy Brucker, our choir director here, about things I could do. And I settled on, I'd always thought about the possibility of being a teacher. I'm like, hey, music and teaching put it together would be awesome. So then began the process of trying to work towards that, which was taking private lessons, and when there was a chance to do something in a master class, choosing to do that, work with someone who was experienced and can really help me develop. And that led me to this other experience here, which was playing Prince Dollins and Once Upon a Mattress this year, which helped me get to know a lot of younger students also, because a lot of the students from West that would join to do chorus, they really like being able to talk to high schoolers, especially upperclassmen, because they remember, sometimes they never get to see us, and they thought it was really cool, and they're really nice kids. And then I was talking to Mrs. Brock about what could I possibly do for a senior project that could do something that involves music. And she said myself and a couple other students could go to West Intermediate and clinic some of their choir students, like CMU students or professors have done for us. So this morning, I was at West Intermediate. They're preparing final projects, which is songs and music they have on their iPod. They'll pick something and they'll prepare it, and it's that way they're learning to sing pop music in a way that's healthy for their vocal cords. Because sometimes you'll just start singing along with something, you'll be doing something that really is not healthy for you. Like, have you heard the way Steven Tyler sings for Aerosmith? he has had a lot of work done to keep his chords working, because the way that man sings is not really healthy for the voice. It's very impressive and it sounds amazing, but it's not healthy for his vocal cords. So the point of this is to learn to sing pop music, or the music you're going to be singing anyway, in a way that is healthy for your voice. So this morning I went and heard and went through the things like ways to breathe, which is huge to supporting your voice. Support, projection, all these things, and those are things that people struggle with and are continuing to try and learn and get good at all the way through, actually probably as long as they're ever going to sing. But getting a chance to work with someone that young and kind of really emphasize that at that point means that'll be something to work on and get working on earlier, so it'll be easier to make that a habit, which is something I wish I would have had early on. Also, someone else who went with me was Ben Elliott, because like myself, he's going to be a music education major next year. And this project was as much self-serving as it was service to the intermediate students, because for us it was a chance on a small scale to work with younger students and kind of see that aha moment, see what we're trying to teach them, see it click and them understand it. And that was wonderful. Also, last week, I don't have any pictures of this, last week I went and presented another Prezi of why music is important in education and life, and what you can do with music. Because if I tell someone I'm going into music as a major, they look at me like, what the hell's wrong with you? Are you crazy? What are you going to do with that? There's a lot of things you can do with that. You just have to be confident, and you have to be, okay, this is what I want to do. Now what can I do, and what can I do to get that done? And I want to show them there's a lot more than just, oh, I'm going to be a teacher or a performer. It's music. The project, I think, helps both us and those students, because granted, all the information we told them and we gave them, they have heard from Mrs. Brock throughout the year. Sometimes hearing from a different source or put in a different way can really help. And this morning, there were definitely a few moments where they're like, okay, I get this. This feels really good in the voice. This is awesome, it's something I haven't experienced before. And to be part of making that happen was great for us, and just kind of reaffirmed that yes, music education is something that we want to do with our lives. And I want, like for me, getting a chance to work with people that are really interested in it and made this their lives made me want to take a closer look at it and really think more, okay, I could do this for a living. So I was just hoping that this might do that same kind of thing for them earlier on.
Part of Patrick's rubric is also the comprehension category, in which he is asking for 3 or 4 questions from you guys that he can answer accurately.
Yeah.
Where do you, where, like, location-wise, where do you hope to be with your music when you grow up?
I hope to be teaching high school choir, if maybe even go on to try and get a graduate degree and teach in college or I guess do that kind of thing. Yeah.
What was it like singing before?
It was awesome. We got a fist bump from the keyboard player, the drummer. I saw backstage because there was a guitar raffle. Some of the seniors we presented were like, hey, buy tickets, buy CDs, you get a chance to win this guitar. And we were backstage doing that, and the drummer was a really good guy. So that was unbelievable. Yeah, and we got to go to the concert for free too, since we were singing with them, so that was.
We talk about the experience working with the kids a little bit. What was that like?
Us being older and being their peers more than actual like a teacher, they see us more as their peers again. Ben and I were in the musical, which means we were part of the same group as they were. And singing, this is, for many of them, this is the first time they're singing in front of people, like by themselves in front of people. And so they're really nervous, and the chance to get to be like, for us to be like, hey, we've been there, we get this. Here's how you can try and get over that. Here's how you can sound a little better. These are things that have worked for me. And to see that click with them like someone had to make that click with me was amazing. It was like, it reaffirmed that music education is what I want to do. I mean, it's a very small scale, but it reaffirmed that I want to do this, because to see them get it and be like, all right, yeah, feels good. There's no strain in my voice. It's a better sound, because you can hear it when you make a better sound. And someone didn't like, oh wow, that actually can come out of me. It's incredible, because I've been on that end of it very recently, because I just started taking private lessons within the past year. And I've been in that spot of the, okay, and then to be able to give that to, again, on a smaller scale, to someone else was unbelievable.
Great, thank you.